Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners War video on my account. As you see on the screen, we are going to be talking about RTA because rank wise, the rank number wise, I am sitting at G1. Wow! I know it doesn't really count. I should play like 10-20 games more and get 1700, but I believe right now 1700 is around the 1500 rank. It will get pretty competitive if I want to reach that goal. But I really want to show you which unit really helped me get this rank, and that unit recently got a nerf. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support, and believe me, I really do. Anyways, that was it. Let's get back to the video. Before I go in, if you look at my victory rate, I am playing a different type of gameplay in this season. I threw away the Swift Verd, and I believe many people did, because due to the videos that came out during that whole season about Swift Verd, I think people have an idea on how to deal with it. All of my Verds are now either on Triple Revenge or Violent Revenge, and you can see that the victory rate has went up pretty high, right? So usually my highest was 61% when I got my highest score. Last season I got at a 60% with the Swift Verd, which wasn't that bad, but it did drop a little, and now I have a 67% record. So the unit that I played the most, and I believe I bring it out almost every game, is the Kinky. Before I go any further, I do think as a Kinky owner, Kinky needed a nerf. And not from the RTA perspective. Yes, I'm using him well, but if you bring out Kinky, Rika, or any of these 4th, 5th pick units, counter pick units in the right team, you should have a very high chance to win. I think Kinky right now in RTA with the nerf, and even before the nerf, was in a good spot as a 4th, 5th pick. Other than that, I believe at least in C3 and above, people knew how to deal with Kinky if it came out 1st, 2nd, 3rd pick, because you still had 2 to 3 picks left over to pick something out to deal with the Kinky. However, if you do look at it in the AD and Siege perspective, Kinky was in an OP spot, that is for sure. And you guys already saw what Comtuos did with Carcano. I think when Carcano was super OP, Carcano got nerfed twice in a row, or it was once and then it let it go through once and then it got nerfed again, something like that. And it was when Carcano was starting to take over G3, G2 Siege, and that is what we saw for Kinky as well. If you went into these guild battles, siege battles, you will see towers and towers just stacked with Kinky defenses, and it was doing really well. So just from that itself, I don't even have to talk about the AD perspective. Just from that, Kinky deserved the nerf, because it's what they did with Carcano, right? There's a direct comparison. If they did that to Carcano, it makes sense to do it with Kinky. So if you're a Kinky owner and you're crying that Kinky got nerfed to the ground, to be honest, it's not to the ground, because he's still a really good unit. He's still a really good unit, and I'll show you some of the games I pulled him out in RTA and where I won, I think, most of my matches. This is Kinky on Violent Endure, so it's not even on a ideal set. It should be on Violent Destroy, in my opinion. I think that's the best set for Kinky, especially if you pull him out against like Mollies or many healers, or Molong, something that does damage based off of HP. Kinky should be on Destroy. However, I did not have the runes left over for Kinky, because Kinky, to be honest, was not one of my priority units. He was one of my last units that I ruined up. I find him now that he's just so good as a 4th, 5th pick, especially when I make people think that I'm playing a certain style. These are just some of the runes. You can see that they're not even fully grinded, just more damage, more speed. You guys see that I have Dominique, I have Shizuka, and I gave them pretty good runes, right? Shizuka's on 100 res, almost 1000 attack, almost 1000 defense, 30k HP, and decently fast, not crazy fast. I know in C3 and G1 there's like really fast Shizukas, but this is how I built her. And then Dominique, that's really tanky, hitting really hard, and good defense, to be honest, is really well as well. However, I am not using any of these units in most of my matches. I think I brought out Shizuka and Dominique maybe 2-3 times out of the last 50 games. I really don't use them that much. The ones I use the most is Kinky. Well, there's a couple more, but I want to talk about Kinky because he got nerfed. And I want to show how this Kinky shines. So here's a good battle where Kinky showed up, and this was a light and dark abuser. I had to ban the Molong since Molong could straight up kill the Kinky if the Kinky does get low enough. And these units are no joke. Like Narsha is super OP, Cadiz is super OP, and Julian in the right situation is super OP. But in this case, he did not have a healer, and I had all the healers. So from that, I knew that if my Kinky survived and if I killed off their main damage dealer, which I actually thought was a Julian, I would win. But I went with the Narsha first because we know that Julian has his passive, and thankfully I did kill the Narsha, although I didn't get any defense breaks in the first turn. 100 res, Riley plus 100 res, Vertihill really helped out here, and 100 res Kinky. So all of my units are 100 res here. So yeah, I finally got the defense break. We dismount the Narsha. We get the continuous heals so that the Riley survives and tanks, and our Vertihill is still untouched. She actually took a lot of hits. Yeah, the fact that she took this many hits is already a win for me. I knew now if I just get another defense break on that Cadiz, there's no real control for their team. So I got scared here, but Cadiz doesn't do enough damage. 100 res, so it doesn't get stunned. And we do get a lucky counters, but he is on triple revenge. That was a lucky proc, and this is it. My Vert does die. But Kinky shows up because we know that a Wedge Axe can do no damage. We're always going to be revenging, and actually the Julian doesn't do that much damage. So I was really surprised. I thought the Julian will do a lot of damage, but I guess Julian's all about that crit rate and crit damage. And because you can't crit the Kinky, that was it. You see that he's just killing himself. See, no stun, 100 res. He's dead, and that was it. So I think that was an awesome match. I think Kinky was an awesome pick there, and I think we did see him getting picked the 4th pick. No, it was the last pick. So in these situations, Kinky really shines. If you know that there's only one threat to the Kinky and everybody else does not do that much damage, he will shine. Now this is another good battle here because there was only one unit again that could deal with the Kinky, and that was the Molong. So seeing that, I believe I brought out the Kinky on the 4th pick. Let's see how this goes, and let's see why they lost. This name seems so familiar. I don't know why. If you guys know who this person is, please put in the comment below, because it's just so familiar. So I went with Chunk Punk because they had 3 waters, and a reset really helps here, but he banned that. More perfect strip. I didn't care about giving the 5 stacks to this guy because we had heal on our side. My Verd countering like a monster. Yes, you guys could argue Verd, I won because the Verd countered, but I mean I gave him triple revenge and I gave him 100 res. He has to do his job. And trust me, there are times he doesn't do his job. You can see here he's trying to kill the Verd because he knows that I'm going to be turn cycling with the Verd. Funny, I didn't ban the Molong here. I thought I was going to ban the Molong, but I guess I just banned the Oliver. Interesting. I guess I didn't want any pushbacks, because if he got the Oliver, he would have controlled my attack bar, and I wasn't going to take enough turns to be killing units, and then the Bulwark will just wreck us. Yep. So now he uses that there, which I think is a mistake, because the Riley survives. And if the Riley survives, the Riley's can come back with attack buff, with heals. Yeah, he's just trying to survive here. Yep, the Masha does not do enough damage, guys. The Masha does not do enough damage. Mashas are not on 85 accuracy, so the chances of her landing a defense break on a 100 res unit is pretty low. Not like crazy low, but still low. He took my attack buff, but I didn't care. Look at that damage from the Moor. At this point, the Kinky is not really the issue. The Moor does so much damage, and he knew that it was over. So after this, he left. Well, he didn't leave. I don't know why he didn't. Yeah, he left. If you look at my draft, Kinky is always there because the current meta, the units, they all do a lot of hits, but each hit does not do enough damage to go through Kinky's passive, and that costs them the game. I was debating here if I should pick out the Douglas, but I saw 3 waters, and I knew that the Miles does damage based off of his speed and stuff, so I picked out the Leo, and Leo Verd is a very good combo. I'm definitely doing a lot more during second turn and adjusting to drafts. The Swift Verd was a hit or miss in most cases. I think our Verd dies here quickly. The Miles does get a lot of procs, but our Leo really does come up in this battle as well. But all the damage, most to all the damage was coming from the Kinky, and he just can't kill the Kinky. If I kill the Miles, it's over, because Miles can do a lot of damage. Look at that, 7k right there. But you can see that Masha can't. So I knew that if I killed the Miles, I will take the match. So it's just it's a ticking time bomb. The longer this game takes, he's going to do more damage, but I'm also going to be doing more damage. And overall, he doesn't have a healer, while I do. He's really lucky that he's not getting any defense breaks. Or I'm just unlucky with my accuracy. It's fine. He is withering down. My Riley gets 1 proc and we're full health. And you can see that we're just taking him down slowly. This was the one spot where I thought I was going to lose. If he got a defense break here, then we would have been in big trouble. But thankfully that did not happen. With the Leo, they can't really outpace us with turns, and I think that cost him the game. So yeah, but he just keep trying. He resisted that. Tries again. He gets the stun, but he's gonna die with that 1 proc. Yep. Now he can't do anything. I think he leaves early, yeah, because he knows that he just does not have the damage to kill the Kinky. So even with this high win rate with Kinky, I never bring out Kinky as a first pick or a second pick or a third pick. It's always my 4th or 5th pick. This was a big one. This was one battle where I actually won somebody that was higher ranked than me, a higher score, and I thought I was going to lose because he has some shiny toys. So Dominique is still very scary and really good against Kinky because his last hit actually does more damage than his HP, but his first 3 hits or 2 hits doesn't. So Kinky is still a very good unit. So I got rid of the Starion, knowing that we don't want to get Oblivion. See that 100 res. Now he wants to kill the Vertihill, which totally makes sense. He doesn't want me to cycle turns. There you go. Very close, but thankfully it wasn't enough. Now we go again just for the Miles, because again the Dominique's first 2 hits does not do enough damage to go through Kinky's passive, so Kinky will still revenge. There you go, the defense break came in. We get more attack bar, and I think Verd did his job. I don't even care if Verd dies now. Yeah, Verd dies, but if the Miles dead, it's kind of over. Unless we play it really badly and the Dark Dragon Knight gets to a point where he could use his torrent. But nope, that doesn't happen. Like, I didn't even care here. I think in my mind I already knew that I won. Because with the Riley Kinky combo, it's just insane. Yep. Just get rid of his Soul Protect. He just goes for the kill on the Moor. Because who else can he go for? He knows that he doesn't do enough damage right now onto the Kinky. That double stun was huge. And that was it. That was it. Like, he could do whatever he wants. But Shizuko alone can't do much. Lastly, I'll show you guys the last match that secured my current rank, 1646. I mean, it's not something notable. I'm just saying a new rank because it is within 3000, which is the cutoff for G1. Again, shiny toys, OP units, Shizuka, Masha, right? And here, I just again got rid of the Molong. Getting rid of the Molong, I had Will, so I knew I was gonna be safe, or most likely be safe against the Sierra. No defense break. Again, 100 resistance Verd helped a lot too. He goes. that was pure luck right there. I mean, missing the bomb. I should have went for Sierra here. I made a mistake, so you could see that I revert. If I went for the Sierra a little earlier, I don't think she would have taken the turn. Or do we kill her here? Oh, we do get to kill her. Okay, yeah. So if I did that earlier, I mean, we could have hit somebody else, but now the Lima doesn't do really too much due to the fact that we cycle a lot of turns. He's gonna go for another bomb. He gets it this time. But at this point, I don't even care about my Moor. My Moor already did everything. I know that if my Kinky stays alive, my Kinky will clean up. And he really can't deal with the Vert either right now. He doesn't have enough damage other than the Masha. But we dismounted her, and that was it. Yeah, just so much sustain. So much sustain. And that was it. So yeah guys, this was the video on showing you guys how I think Kinky is still a very good unit, and I think he deserved the nerf that he currently got. But that was it guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. It was just a short update on how I'm doing with my RTA. It is fun. I mean, because once you pick the Kinky out in the right situation, it feels like you're cheating because you're hitting them back when you're not supposed to. You're only hitting them back because of your passive. And I know some people still think that it's a very OP passive, and it is. I mean, it's an LD4, that's a good LD4, and I do agree that it's an OP passive. It got nerfed, rightfully, and then it got nerfed again because it was still good, and rightfully so, it got nerfed again. So let's see how this goes. Again, I don't think anybody really complains about Kinky in RTA these days. I know they were complaining, saying how Kinky was bad in RTA even before the nerf, but I can't really agree, because even after the nerf, although it is less effective in RTA, I think he's still a very good unit. And you guys just saw all those matches on how I won simply, well, not simply because of the Kinky, but Kinky played a big part on putting in all that damage, because it looked like, and he was my main damage dealer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.